Hey guys, Mission Prepared here. So, I haven't made a video in a while, and as you can see, I'm sitting here in the old chair, getting ready for work, waking up, having my coffee. Got the dogs sitting on my lap, both of them. Anyway, so there's been a bunch of crap going on, and I don't know what to make of it. New York is, they're preparing for something big. I don't get it. They got a lot of military, medical, and all kinds of stuff going on in New York. They're practicing for some major disaster. And granted, yes, I know cities and states, they do drills and they practice periodically, but New York is like full-blown practicing right now. So is Virginia, and a couple other states. National Guard has been deployed across the U.S. In very large numbers. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Banking systems have been going down. 911 call centers across the country have been going down. Weather satellites have been going down. I think there's a lot of cyber attacks happening, and this video isn't going to be very long, but it brings me to my next thing. Okay, for those of you who live in Michigan, I'd like for you to comment in the comment section below, but let me know if you live in Michigan, in your area, if you guys have lost water due to some sort of computer glitch, some sort of error, if there's been a drop in water pressure to where you don't have water. I know I got a couple people here in Michigan, but just let me know. That's if you're on city water. Obviously, it may not happen if you're on well water because, well, it runs off your own pump. But if you live in Michigan and you're on city water, let me know if you've lost water pressure. The reason why I bring this up is because I'm finding out that Muskegon Heights, you guys can look it up on the map, Muskegon Heights has lost water pressure. Like the entire Heights is out of water. They got a boil advisory. Myers is stepping in, which is, for those of you who may not know, Myers is a grocery store similar to Walmart, but just not as ghetto. And they've been donating truckloads of water to Muskegon Heights area because, again, they have no water. And it's kind of concerning because I didn't know if it was a pump failure. I didn't know if it was a line rupture. I don't know what it was, but come to find out, it's a computer glitch. Somehow the computer turned down the pressure and has locked people out. They can't get into it. They can't turn the pressure back up. And for those of you who don't know, if you have a water tower in the city, you know, one of those massive water towers that just sits on a piece of property somewhere, everybody thinks that the water is just constant gravity feed, which it is to a certain extent. However, if the pipes were just wide open, there would be so much pressure coming out of that tower that it would literally blow the pipes in your house. So they control it with a valve, much like a damper on a wood stove. So if it's closed, water can't flow. If they barely crack it open, water can trickle, and then there's a pressure gauge below that lets whoever's monitoring the system know how much water flow there is, and how much pressure there is to it. Somehow that valve is closed, and now they're being locked out. And not too far from here, there's a city called Grand Rapids, Michigan. Kent County, Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's actually where I happen to work, which is an outskirt of Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's a little city called Kentwood. But either way, I just found out that a couple weeks ago that the same thing happened to Grand Rapids. Now, if it was just an isolated incident, I could see it being, not that suspicious. But for the same exact issue to happen to a much larger city just 2 weeks ago seems a little suspicious to me. Like some systems were hacked and they're shutting off water, which by the way, if you know anything that's going on, they basically said they were going to attack our infrastructure, our water, our power, our natural gas, things of that nature, guys. So basically, you need to get stocked up on water. It's getting crazy. I legit can't find water around Muskegon anywhere. It's all sold out. I was going to go buy a couple cases, stock up on just to have them here at the house, and well, they're all gone. They've all gone to the Heights, and I don't know how many cases of water each person in the Heights gets, but yeah, the water's all gone throughout Muskegon. You can't find it. So if my water, if I lose water here at my house, I'm pretty good for a few days because I got several 5-gallon jugs full of water. So I should be all right there. There's just a lot of weird stuff going on, guys. Why is the National Guard being deployed in very, very large numbers? Why are the doomsday planes in the sky? Why is New York and Virginia essentially doing practice drills for some large-scale disaster? They legit have like military medical staged all throughout New York. They have, I don't know if you guys had heard, but several years ago, I think it was 3 years ago now, the military had bought up a bunch of, I don't even know how to word it, maybe disposable coffins. They're like these plastic coffins with plastic lids, made for mass burial. They bought up millions of those things. Not only that, but they also bought up millions of regular, like, heavy-duty plastic body bags. And I'm hearing reports that there's a lot of those moving into New York. Like, they're being staged in strategic locations throughout New York, along with the National Guard and the military medical teams. And I just, what's going on? Obviously, like I've told you guys before, that if there's going to be some sort of big disaster here somewhere in the throughout the U.S., they're not going to tell us until it happens, obviously, which obviously they're not going to tell us at that point because we're going to know. But my question is what the hell's going on? You guys need to be on your toes. It's time to have your bug out bags sitting by the door, ready to go. It's time to have your emergency food supply sitting by the door, ready to go. If not, I mean, if you guys got a spare car and it sits in a garage, get the trunk, the truck bed, whatever you got, get it loaded up and just sit and wait, because November's approaching, guys, and I've been saying it forever. I don't think we're going to have an election. I think something drastic is going to happen before November 24th, which is going to cause full-scale war. I think we're going to be in the dark. I mean, I could be wrong, but I got a suspicion that we're going to be in the dark come November 24th. There's more and more countries threatening war here on our soil, which is something I've said too. I've, basically said that it's been years since any sort of war was fought on our soil. But there's other countries talking about attacking us on our soil. So hitting strategic command places, Washington. Maybe the nuclear facility out where is that? Minnesota, I think. I don't know. We may not be in the dark by November, but I still think something really big by then is going to happen. Whether Trump's in prison for some BS or I don't know. I really don't know. This country is going so sideways. Like, I've been trying to make a video for a couple days now, but just more and more crazy stuff is happening, guys. And I don't know where to lead off. I don't know where to end. I don't know where to go with making a video because just so much crap is happening. Ever since Putin's been reelected, it's been going haywire. And that was the other thing I was going to let you guys know about. Did you guys know that the U.S. is drawing up what is it? Articles of not impeachment, but sanction articles. Basically stopping Chinese banks from doing any sort of business with America. And China says that if that goes through, if that happens, there's going to be hell to pay. Not so many words, obviously, but yeah. So that's what they're saying. So yeah, the U.S. is going to stop Chinese banks from banking with America, which is not a good thing. That's going to cause a lot of problems, and the Chinese government isn't going to have it. So do with that information what you guys will. But yeah, get stocked up on water, and don't stop stocking up on food. It's probably going to be needed. I don't know what's going on. Oh, update, by the way. I don't know if anybody has a used truck that they don't need, but if you got a used truck laying around that runs and drives and no major mechanical problems and you guys are feeling generous, I could use a truck. Only because, so back in December, Christmas Day 2022, so December 25th, 2022, I got to watch my kids open gifts, my grandkids, and then I had to go to work that day, unfortunately. As I'm going to work, somebody blew a stop sign, and I'll post a picture of my truck up here somewhere. But somebody blew a stop sign, and I T-boned them. And there was nothing I could do. It happened so quick. Ever since then, I've been trying to find a decent truck, reliable transportation back and forth to work. I've been fighting and having a really hard time doing that. So I bought another 2011 Ram pickup, almost identical to the one that I totaled, and that thing turned out to be a big piece of crap. The motor was bad. It had a bad computer. I rebuilt the motor, but the computer you can't get parts for because of the crap going on with China. So I had to trade that in. I traded that in for a 2017 F-150. Really sharp truck, and I'll post a picture of that truck here. But I like the truck. It rides nice. It ran good. But one day on the way to work, all of a sudden it lost all power. It started jerking, and immediately when the power came back, it was knocking like crazy. It just like instantly blew the engine. And that happened around late October. Because, late October, like October 31st, Halloween. Because I took the truck to the dealership November 13th. Because I called them, told them what it was doing. They were like, well, bring it to us in 2 weeks. Here's your appointment. The appointment was set for November 15th. So I was constantly driving it like they told me to. It ran like crap. It had no power. I kept getting warning lights on the dash, low oil pressure, whatever. I didn't know about these motors. I thought it was a cam phaser, which is typical for the motors, which can cause low oil pressure, but it won't do any damage to your motor. So that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a cam phasers rattling like crazy. Come to find out, no. Spun a lower rod bearing, and they made me drive on the truck for 2 weeks. I actually wound up turning it in on a Saturday, November 13th, and getting a loaner vehicle because, and I turned it in November 13th, 2023, because the truck just had no power. It did not want to move out of its way, and for good reason. You know, the motor was blown. And so I took it to the shop, and they said, you know, warranty's going to cover a motor, whatever, cool. Well, my motor was supposed to be here March 28th. I called, wasn't here. And then I raised hell. They promised me it was supposed to be here April 24th. So I called yesterday. Motor wasn't here. And as a matter of fact, they said it's not even close to being shipped yet. And I says, I thought the motor was on its way, so how's it not even close to being shipped yet? And the smoke that I got blown up my butt was basically that, they had to change a part number on one of the parts. So my engine hasn't been built yet. And it could be up to another 6 months to a year before I get my truck back. So I got to drive it for 3 months, but it's going to sit in the shop for a year and a half before I can get a motor for it because of what's going on. And I don't know what to do, guys. I desperately need a truck, but I don't have a lot of cash. Barely scraping by, was struggling to get to work and everything else. So yeah, I need a truck. If anybody out there has one, please contact me. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm about to throw in the towel and give up, guys. It's just, is the struggle really worth it anymore, you know? So, with that being said, guys, just get stocked up, do what you can. Definitely stock up on water, because it seems like the water systems throughout the country are being hacked. I'd like to know if you guys have experienced anything of the nature, a drop in water pressure to where you don't have water in your home, an advisory to boil. I want to know if you guys have seen the National Guard and medical teams and anything weird. Let me know, guys. And also comment your state. If you're letting me know what's going on, comment your state, because I'm curious what. I don't need to know what city you live in or your home address or anything, but I'm just really curious where things are taking place at. So if you guys see anything weird, let me know immediately. And again, if anybody has a truck, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you and try to arrange something or figure something out, and maybe I'll drop you my phone number and we can talk on the phone and figure something out. But as of right now, I'm screwed. But so yeah, guys, that's it. Get prepared, stay ready. Love y'all. Until next time, Mission Prepared out.